You know what? Although I'm pleased that we battled back into the game, I'm really disappointed in our overall effort and our choice to come out and compete from the very beginning. One thing that I've talked very openly about over the last 3 weeks is that our kids have come out every single day to compete and play hard. And today they decided not to do that. And we decided not to do that, not they. We decided not to do that as a group. And that's an irritating thing because these kids are good players. But in this game, if you choose not to play hard, you choose not to compete, even if it's for 2 innings, you get down pretty quickly, and that's what happened to us. And you play a good Penn State team, which they are. You're not going to have a lot of success. So, I'm glad we battled back into it, but we didn't deserve to win this game.
Looking at some of the positives, Greg Gears has 2 home runs. Was that something you were expecting from him at some point to happen? He's been hitting balls pretty hard.
You know what? The guy's been having unbelievable at-bats. He really has. He's had grinder, competitive at-bats, hitting balls hard at people. And, it was nice to see him really get rewarded for those approaches, and that ball he hit, the hanging breaking ball to tie the game up, that was an absolute bomb. And, he's come a long way. He's a kid I'm very, very proud of because he's come a long way with his approach and how he does things, and it was good to see him get rewarded.
Home runs happen so infrequently at a park like this. Were you always just expecting a guy to have this power to break through, or does it surprise you at all?
I don't. It's funny. You're right. This is a tough park to hit a ball out of. It really is. But I've never, even with guys that I think have power, I've never been a guy that's like, oh, okay, he should have this amount of home runs. Just the threat of him being able to do that, if you don't, if you give him pitches to hit, that's all we need. But what I will say again, going back to his quality approaches over this, really he's been doing it the whole season, allows him to get in that groove. Whereas last year he was fighting himself even when he was taking good swings.
You guys went down early.
Guys, I know I yelled a lot, but I'm like, you can ask me questions. It'll be okay. All right?
Going down early, that could be real tough from a morale standpoint, from a mental standpoint. And then it looked kind of frustrating for you guys. You only had 4 strikeouts in the night. You couldn't kind of find those holes that you've been recently. What was that more of a morale thing early, going down early, or just not being able to string hits together?
No, again, it was the fact. Again, what I encourage people to do is look at why we got down. Again, Kent State's a very good team, but when you don't, as a group, all of us, coaches, players, don't come out to compete, then you're not going to get those breaks. You're not going to get, you're not going to throw a pitch with really competitive spirit and conviction and purpose, and that's what happens, And when you make an error and you try to compound it by doing more than you should, that's what happens. And again, the most frustrating part of this is not that we lost. It's we did the complete opposite. We came out and did the complete opposite of what we've been so good at the last 3 weeks, and that's the frustrating part. Is the thing that we could control, because you can't control where after the ball's hit, you can't control where it's who catches it or who makes a play or an umpire's call, but you can control your competitive spirit and playing hard, and we didn't do that. We made the choice not to today.
Strength for you guys recently has been the pen. I know it's tough throwing 7+ innings out of the bullpen, but some guys had good days, some guys didn't. Tommy Mullen and Forsythe came in and pitched well, and then
right. Your
other guys came in and then kind of struggled a little bit. Just talk about that.
Yeah, look, I believe in every guy that we give the ball to and put the ball in their hand, again, I didn't feel like we competed the entire time. I thought our body language on the mound was different. I thought our conviction on the mound was different, and you can't do that. But you got to learn from it. And you got to move on, and I'll give you an example. Like Jack wasn't his sharpest night, but that cat's gonna get the ball again for sure because I trust him with it.
Going into a big series this week, and how important is the turnaround to get back into that state of mind that you guys have been in recently?
Well, we got to have a great practice tomorrow, but we would have had to have a great practice regardless, even if we had come back and won that game. It's we got to make sure we address why this game didn't come out. Again, I want to reiterate, like, hey, you're going to lose baseball games. It happens. You know, I'm not upset that we lost. I'm upset at the fact that we didn't compete and we got exactly what we deserved. And again, that's with all due respect and lots of respect for Kent State.
Not related.